Now, our friend Katie Pavlich over at townhall.com, listen to this, please. A new NBC poll shows Latinos do not overwhelmingly support Obama's decision to thwart Congress on amnesty through executive action. Here's what it says. Nearly half of Americans disapprove of Obama's expected plan to take executive action that would potentially allow millions of undocumented immigrants to stay legally in the U.S., according to a new NBC News Wall Street Journal poll. Here you go. Latinos are divided, with 43% supporting the action and 37% opposing it. They say, but the sample size is small, so there's a high margin of error. Well, fine. It could go the other way, too. And it may include some illegal aliens voting as well or commenting. 43 to 47%. There's just a 6-point difference in Latinos who do and do not support Obama rewriting our immigration laws. And, of course, notice how NBC was sure to add a note questioning the numbers due to the small sample. So despite what the media would have us believe, immigration reform is often at the bottom of the priority list for Latino voters. And a majority want enforcement before any kind of a comprehensive overhaul. Here's more. By a margin of 56% to 40%, Hispanic voters oppose allowing illegal immigrants to obtain federal benefits, including Obamacare benefits, while they're going through the legalization process and before the 90% goal is reached. Now, the ruling class, Republican and Democrat, the media, the White House, Obama tomorrow, no doubt, would have you believe that there are overwhelming numbers of Latinos who insist on this getting done, who want benefits for illegal aliens, who do not support securing the border, when in fact, huge numbers of Latinos do, which is rational, which is logical. And here's the truth. People are in the United States, let's say, legally from Peru, don't have a hell of a lot in common with people who are in this country illegally. I'm just picking a country, say, from Bolivia. Now, the liberals, the government, would have you believe that people are just thrown into this category of, well, Hispanics. And so they all think alike and act alike and are all alike. And I notice that when I hear the Republican and pseudo-conservatives making the same case. Hispanics believe X. Hispanics believe Y. I'm going, who the hell are you? You don't know what Hispanics believe. A word that became popularized by Nixon through the census. The real name is Latinos. When asked to choose which of four issues, the economy, immigration, reform, education, or healthcare, immigration, reform, education, or healthcare, is most important to them, registered Hispanic voters said immigration reform was 4 out of 4, the lowest. 31% ranked the issue first or second, compared with 62% who said the economy. 57% said healthcare. 45% said education. Of course, because if you're in this country legally or you're a citizen, regardless of your stripes and your polka dots, you want the best situation you can for your family and your country. Generally speaking, registered Hispanic voters were far more likely to support tougher security and enforcement measures than non-registered voters. So regardless, writes Pavlich, President Obama is moving forward and will announce his plan because it's not about Latinos. It's about the Democrat Party. It's not about right from wrong. It's not about compassion. It's about driving his ideology. Obama doesn't do anything for the people, whether the people generally, the people, the black community, the people, the Latino community, the people, the gay community. He acts in politically expedient ways. He opposed same-sex marriage, but then turned around and supported it when he decided he needed the donations. Just a few years back, he said that the kind of thing he's doing would be harmful to the black community economically. Now he pretends it's a shot in the arm. It'll help the economy. He said as recently as less than a year ago that he didn't have the power to act unilaterally. Now he insists that he does. And this is one and the same with his positions on health care. You like your policy, you can keep it. He knew that was a lie. Your costs will go down $2,500 a year per family. He knew that was a lie. You like your doctor, you can keep him or her. He knew that was a lie. This is a man advancing an ideology This is a man who despises his own country. He's trying to change our economy. He's trying to shutter central industries. He's leaving the border open to change the very nature and culture of the country. He is doing everything possible when piece of paper hits his desk to make policy decisions to mutate America, to punish America. This man is very angry about the office that he inherited from his predecessor. He's very angry about what he thinks of American history, and he's using his position to take out his anger. He's become irrational, in my humble opinion. He's become off. He's off, a little off his rocker. He's become increasingly petulant and definitely irrational. So who benefits exactly from these 5 million foreigners who are going to go pathway to legalization? They're actually going to be legalized. Do the citizenry generally in the United States, does it benefit? No. Do minority communities in the United States, including Hispanic and black communities, benefit? Absolutely not. Will it help our economy? Why, are they all rocket scientists and engineers and entrepreneurs? We're not making distinctions, are we? There's no discernment going on here. Everybody's in. He's doing it for the party, like a good Marxist. Party first, second, and third, because that's the vessel through which you advance your ideology. And the Democrat Party is a hard left ideological party. The Democrat Party has a totalitarian mindset. And I'm telling you right now, I've already heard, and you're going to hear a lot more of it, that Obama didn't go far enough. It's not that they're criticizing Obama. That's how they're positioning this. So more illegal aliens will be legalized. So more illegal aliens will be let into the country to intimidate Republicans, to spin the media, that this wasn't some great event. They're already doing it. Remember I told you on Monday, the first thing I said when I came back on the air after the weekend was there was a piece put out by the Associated Press, which was the worst piece of propaganda I've seen in a long, long time. Basically taking the talking points from the DNC or the White House or the Justice Department or DHS and putting it out as a news story through their wire service to thousands and thousands of news outlets. Remember we talked about this? This is the third day I'm talking about it now. People have just figured it out because it was always the talking points for the Democrats and the Democrats who dress up as journalists on TV. And it was that Reagan and Bush did this, so what's the big deal? And I explained at the time, I explained yesterday, and one more time I want to underscore it today. Reagan and Bush never did anything like this. Period. 1986, a law was passed. I told you it was Simpson-Mazzoli. I was there. I saw it with my 2 eyes. Well, there was a gap in the law, an unintentional gap. And while 2.3 or so million people were legalized through Amnesty, you had situations where their infant children or their spouse were not. And the intent of the law was to cover them. And so the immediate execution of what had become a very complex law but had these big gaps in it, because that's what Congresses want to do, Reagan said, okay, well, we got to fill the gaps. What else can we do? Bush took it a couple steps further, but essentially the same thing. That's Bush 41. So you had an underlying statute that they were attempting to work with, attempting to comply with. And so they had to massage it here and there. That's not what Obama's doing. Obama is saying, because Congress won't pass the law that I insist on, because Congress won't codify exactly what I demand, I will do it myself. Now, you jackass Democrats out there lying about Reagan and Bush 41, and you damn fools in the media doing the same thing, shame on you. Stand up on your own 2 feet, stiffen your spine, and tell the American people exactly what you're doing. You're legalizing illegal immigrants, not to help America, not to help blacks, not to help Latinos, but to help your own damn selves and your party. Because that's all you ever care about.